Welcome to the deep dive.
Yeah.
Today, we're going to be looking at travel planning,
Oh, cool.
but with a twist.
Okay.
We're going to be looking at using AI to plan your trips.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so imagine having a travel agent
Hmm.
who knows like everything about you
Right.
and can put together a trip just for you.
That would be awesome.
That's kind of what we're diving into today.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. I mean,
Yeah.
that's way better than just looking at the same recommendations as everyone else.
Exactly. So you get like hyper-personalized itineraries.
Yeah.
So the deep dive today is going to be based on a recent blog post.
Okay.
It's called Planejamiento de Viagens con ChatGPT. Dicas y roteiros exclusivos.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
I know it's Portuguese for travel planning with ChatGPT. Exclusive tips and itineraries.
Oh, cool.
Written by Estes Jr.
Okay.
And it was posted just a few days ago, November 30th, 2024.
Very recent.
Yeah. And, the author seemed pretty excited about how ChatGPT could really change the travel planning world.
Yeah. I mean, it could really streamline things.
Right. From like actually making the itinerary
Mm-hmm.
to taking care of all the little details that can be such a pain.
Right, like all the stuff that you don't even want to think about.
Yeah, exactly.
Like finding a hotel.
Booking flights.
Yeah.
It could all be taken care of.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
So it'd free up more time and energy to think about like what you actually want to do on the trip.
Yeah, just enjoy it.
Right? Like have fun instead of stressing out about the details.
Exactly.
It's like having a personal assistant for your travel dreams.
I like that.
The article opens with this quote. Viajar não é apenas mudar de lugar, é transformar a maneira como você enxerga o mundo.
What does that mean?
So that means traveling is not just changing places, it's transforming the way you see the world.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah, so I'm curious, how do you think using AI like ChatGPT could change how people see the world through travel?
Well, like we were talking about before,
Yeah.
like you're often just stuck with like cookie cutter trips,
Right.
like prepackaged tours or just generic recommendations. That might not really be what you're looking for.
Right.
But with ChatGPT, you can like really personalize things.
Yeah.
So say you're into history, but you also like to hike.
Okay.
It could find a destination that has both historical sites and great trails.
So like it knows your travel personality.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So the article talks a lot about prompts.
Okay.
Could you explain what those are for our listeners who might not be familiar with them?
Sure. So prompts are like instructions for ChatGPT.
Okay.
Think of them as questions you would ask a travel agent.
Got it.
The article gives some good examples.
Okay.
So imagine you want like a relaxing Italian getaway.
Okay.
You could ask, cree rotero de 7 días na Italia, focando en ciudades pequeñas y vinícolas.
And that's...
That translates to create a 7-day itinerary in Italy, focusing on small towns and wineries.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Just like strolling through vineyards, drinking wine.
Exactly. And the more specific you are with your prompt,
Yeah.
the better the results are going to be.
Makes sense.
Like you can ask for specific types of food if you're a foodie,
Okay.
or family-friendly activities if you're traveling with kids.
Oh, that's a good idea.
It's all about like giving ChatGPT the right information.
Right. So it knows what you're looking for.
Exactly.
This is like already a game changer for me.
Really?
I spent so much time researching and putting together itineraries.
Oh, yeah. This would save you so much time.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
One thing that stood out to me in the article was using ChatGPT to discover like hidden gems.
Oh, yeah.
It gives examples of prompts like sugiere ciudades na América Latina y ideas para viajante que busca historia tranquilidad,
Okay.
which means suggest cities in Latin America ideal for a traveler seeking history and tranquility. And quais son os destinos menos conhecidos na Ásia para que mamá trilhas de paisagens naturais? Meaning, what are the lesser-known destinations in Asia for those who love trails and natural landscapes?
Okay. Yeah, I can see how that would be useful.
Yeah, so I love the idea of exploring places off the beaten path.
Yeah, me too.
How do you think AI can help us get away from tourist traps?
Well, it can look at like tons of data,
Okay.
like from travel blogs, reviews, social media,
Wow.
and find patterns and places that match what you're looking for.
So it's like having a research assistant?
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
It can find stuff that would take you weeks to find on your own.
So you could end up in like a small village in Italy
Exactly.
instead of like a crowded tourist spot.
Yeah, or like hiking a trail in the Andes that no one knows about.
That's incredible.
It's all about finding authentic experiences
Yeah.
that really resonate with what you're looking for.
This is mind-blowing.
It is pretty cool.
You've only just scratched the surface here.
Yeah, for sure.
What are some other ways that ChatGPT can make planning smoother?
Well, it can help with a lot of like practical stuff,
Okay.
like packing.
Oh,
Say you're going to Patagonia in the winter.
okay.
You could ask, ¿Quais itens essenciais devo levar para uma viagem de inverno na Patagonia?
Which means,
What essential items should I take for a winter trip to Patagonia?
okay.
And it'll give you a personalized packing list.
Wow, that's so much easier than trying to figure it out myself.
Right. And it takes the climate and activities into account.
So you don't forget anything important.
Exactly.
It could also help you find hotels near specific attractions.
Yeah.
Vegetarian restaurants,
Mhm.
local transportation.
It's like having a concierge in your pocket.
I love that.
Right.
The article gives a great example. Lista househost, hoteles acessíveis en Paris, próximos aos principais pontos turísticos,
Okay.
which means list 5 affordable hotels in Paris, close to the main tourist attractions.
Nice.
So much faster than browsing through hotel websites for hours.
Yeah, that could take forever.
And it's not just about planning beforehand.
Right.
You can use it during your trip, too.
Exactly. It can be like your on-the-go travel companion.
Oh,
Tell me more about that. Like imagine you're in Rome and you want some gelato.
okay.
You could ask ChatGPT, where can I find the best gelato near the Trevi Fountain?
That's a good one.
And it might show you a place that's not in the guidebooks.
Oh, wow. So you could find some real hidden gems.
Yeah, exactly.
That's so much better than just wandering around aimlessly.
Right, or ending up at a tourist trap.
Exactly.
It's like having a local expert with you.
It could also help with language barriers,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
like
yeah.
translating phrases or even whole conversations.
That would be so helpful.
That would be a game changer for sure, especially when you're trying to have a real conversation with someone.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's not just about planning the trip beforehand.
Right.
You could actually use ChatGPT to navigate and enhance your experience while you're traveling.
Exactly.
It becomes an invaluable tool for making the most of your trip.
I think so.
It almost sounds too good to be true. Well, are there any potential downsides?
I mean, you have to remember that it's still a tool.
Right.
It has limitations.
So we shouldn't just like hand over all our travel decisions to ChatGPT.
Exactly. You still need to do your own research.
Okay.
Like double check things, use your own judgment.
That makes sense.
Like if it recommends a restaurant, you might want to look up some reviews.
Yeah, see what other people are saying.
Exactly.
So it's more like a starting point,
Right.
a way to get inspired and make the planning process easier,
Yeah.
but not a replacement for our own curiosity.
And decision making.
Exactly.
You still want to be involved in the process.
It's about using AI to enhance our human experience, not replace it entirely.
Right.
And, you know, we have to be careful about relying too much on technology,
Yeah. I mean, if you're always on your phone
right?
using ChatGPT to make every decision,
Yeah,
you might miss out on those like spontaneous moments.
right. Like those unexpected things that happen when you travel.
Exactly. Those are often the best parts of a trip.
You're so right. There's something to be said for just getting lost in a new city
Mm-hmm.
and stumbling upon hidden gems.
Yeah, just embracing the unexpected.
We don't want to become so reliant on AI that we forget to enjoy the journey.
Exactly. It's all about finding that balance.
Right.
Using AI to make things easier,
Mhm.
but also remembering to unplug and be present.
Be in the moment.
Yeah, and let yourself be surprised
I like that.
by what you find.
So it's kind of like an AI and human partnership for travel.
Yeah, I like that.
You bring your curiosity and sense of adventure,
Mm-hmm.
and ChatGPT brings the knowledge and planning skills.
Exactly. Think of it as like a travel buddy
Okay.
who's always got your back,
I like that.
helping you with the logistics so you can focus on having fun.
This has been so insightful.
Glad to hear it.
It's already got me thinking about my next trip.
Oh, yeah.
The article also talked about how ChatGPT can make travel planning more fun.
Yeah.
What were some of those ideas?
Well, instead of getting bogged down in the details,
Right.
you can use it to brainstorm ideas,
Yeah.
explore different possibilities.
Like, what if I went here instead of there?
Exactly. Or what if I tried this activity?
Yeah.
It's about being creative.
So you don't get stressed out about planning,
Right.
and you can just focus on the excitement of the trip.
Exactly. It's about shifting your mindset
Okay.
from planning a trip to dreaming up an adventure.
I love that.
It's a more fun way to approach it.
It really captures the spirit of what we're talking about.
I think so too.
But before we get too carried away dreaming about our next trip, let's wrap up our deep dive with some final thoughts.
Okay, sounds good.
What's the most important thing you want our listeners to take away from this conversation? This has been such a fascinating deep dive. We've covered so much,
Yeah, it's been great.
from like prompt engineering
Mhm.
to finding those hidden gems and even using AI during your trip.
Right.
But as we wrap up, is there anything else about using AI for travel
Let me think.
that our listeners should know?
Well, one thing to remember is that the travel industry is always changing,
Right, it's constantly evolving.
and AI is becoming a bigger part of that.
So, like, we can expect even more new and cool ways to use AI for travel in the future.
And absolutely. Like, what kind of stuff?
Well, imagine, like, virtual reality tours powered by AI.
Whoa,
So you can actually experience a destination before you even book a trip.
that would be amazing.
Or like AI-powered translation devices that make talking to locals super easy.
Yeah, that would be a game changer.
No more language barriers.
That's so cool.
It's really exciting to think about the possibilities.
Yeah, I'm also curious about AI and sustainable travel.
Oh, yeah, that's a great point.
Like, could AI help us travel more responsibly?
Definitely, AI can help travelers make more sustainable choices.
Okay, how so?
For example, it could suggest eco-friendly places to stay
Huh?
or transportation options.
Like taking the train instead of flying?
Exactly. Or it could even recommend destinations that are trying to be more sustainable. So it's not just about finding a cool place to go.
Right.
It's about making sure we're not harming the planet while we're traveling.
Exactly. It's about having a positive impact
I love that.
on the places we visit.
This whole conversation has really been eye-opening for me.
Yeah, me too.
It's made me realize that AI isn't just about convenience.
Mm-hmm.
It can actually help us experience the world in a more personal and meaningful way.
In a more sustainable way.
Right? It's like using technology to enhance the human experience of travel,
Exactly. Well said.
not replace it.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So for our listeners who are like ready to plan their next trip,
Yeah.
what's one piece of advice you'd give them for using AI tools like ChatGPT?
I would say be open to the possibilities,
Okay.
but also trust your gut.
Don't be afraid to go with your instincts.
Exactly. Use AI as a guide,
Right.
but let your own curiosity and sense of adventure lead the way.
That's great advice. It's about finding that balance
Yeah.
between the power of technology and the magic of human experience.
I like that.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into the world of travel planning with ChatGPT.
It's been a pleasure.
We hope you've enjoyed the journey and are feeling inspired to explore new horizons.
Get out there and see the world.
And don't forget to check out the show notes for links to the article we talked about
Yeah, there's some great stuff in there.
and other resources to help you plan your next adventure.
Happy travels!